You're listening to KOUG Radio. Listen live online at KOUGradio.org.
All right, welcome to Movie Talks with Griffin and Eric.
Yes, sir.
I lost track of how many episodes we've done, but
Yeah, I stopped counting a while ago. It's probably around the 7 range, 6, 7 range, somewhere around there.
yeah.
They'll number
Our
them when they come
first
out.
video went up on YouTube the other day.
Yeah, by the time this episode comes out, it's probably going to have been a month or
yeah,
so.
at least, yeah.
But yeah, no, new YouTube's up. Videos.
Yeah.
I don't know when they're posting them. I'd assume Mondays and Wednesdays
Monday or
at 3,
Wednesdays. Yeah, I don't know if that'll be weekly
somewhere
or
around
not.
there.
Well,
We'll see.
we'll see. Yeah. We got our socials getting set up. They should be set up by this release. And you can find those in the description.
Yeah.
Below in this video if you're watching this on YouTube. What are we talking about today?
I finally watched The Dark Knight.
Finally watched The Dark Knight. All right.
We talked about it briefly in episode 1, and you were surprised I hadn't seen it.
Yeah, I've brought that up like once a year.
Mm-hmm.
I bring up The Dark Knight, and you always say, "Oh, I haven't seen it."
Yeah, no.
But finally,
I haven't seen the first one or the third one.
Yeah,
to be
so
clear.
this
I've only
is,
seen the second
so
one.
we're going to be mainly talking about The Dark Knight. Spoilers to come.
Yeah.
We will maybe briefly touch on the whole trilogy. It is a trilogy, the Dark Knight trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
But we're just going to be talking about the second movie, just titled The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
First one is The Dark Knight. What is it? Returns?
I don't know.
I believe it's not Begins. Oh no, I don't know. I forgot. Batman Begins. Does that sound right?
Batman Begins, I think, was a TV show, but I could
I
be completely wrong there.
Probably wrong. I think it's The Dark Knight Returns or Rises.
I think Dark Knight Rises.
That's the third one.
Yeah. No, that's the third one?
I'm pretty sure Rises is the third one, yeah.
Maybe. So then I don't know what the first one would be. Because the second one's just The Dark Knight.
Uh-huh.
So honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. I could be completely wrong, but I wouldn't be surprised if the first one doesn't even have The Dark Knight in the title.
Okay. Well, thankfully we have Google.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just look this up real quick. I should know it. Yes. Okay. Yeah. It was Batman Begins.
It is Batman Begins.
It's the first one. The Dark Knight, then The Dark Knight Rises.
Okay.
I think it's still considered the Dark Knight trilogy, even though not all the movies are Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Or you could just call it Christian Bale trilogy, Christian Bale Batman trilogy.
I don't think it matters.
Yeah. People know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
When you bring it up, hopefully. But let's get into it. I want to touch on the Oscars that it won and it was nominated for. Tell me what you think about each one.
Okay.
You saw it a week and a half ago?
Week and a half, 2 weeks ago, yeah.
Okay. I've seen this movie 5+ times. Last time was probably a year ago.
Yeah. Okay.
But I remember most of it. So I'll be able to keep that in mind. We got Best Supporting Actor, Heath Ledger.
Yeah, that's fair. That's very fair. Yeah.
He actually died.
That I did know.
Before the Oscars, I think. Due to overdose. I think something like that. Very sad. I think the Oscars, it was a whole ceremony for him.
Yeah.
Best Art Direction, nominated. Best Cinematography, nominated.
I take it didn't win the nominated ones.
Yeah, when I say nominated.
Who won those ones?
Oh, I can find out.
Oh, if you don't have it up, it's fine. It doesn't matter.
It's 2009.
Yeah, it's wild.
I don't know a whole lot of movies that came out in 2009.
I don't know either.
Best Film Editing, Best Makeup. It won Best Sound Editing.
Okay.
Which was okay.
It was. I'm not an editor, so I don't know.
Yeah. Best Sound Mixing. It was nominated for.
No idea.
I don't know the difference.
I am very much not qualified to speak on that.
Yeah, I don't know the difference between sound editing and sound mixing.
Well, I mean, I would imagine sound mixing is like getting the sounds put together and like in the film, and then the editing is just like editing it down, I guess. So like when you're editing a video, you take everything and you kind of just edit it. And then like the mixing would be like the setup.
Okay,
for like getting the filming done, like set up for getting the sounds and stuff.
Okay.
That'd be my guess, but I have no idea.
Okay. And then best visual effects. Nominated for that.
It didn't win?
It didn't win.
Okay. I mean, it had pretty good visual effects, but I guess depending, what year did Avatar come out?
Avatar?
Yeah. Was that 2009?
It might have been.
Because if it was 2009, it's very understandable. Because I mean, the special effects are pretty good.
What in the world? Oh, here we go.
Mm-hmm.
So you're asking about 2009.
Yeah.
It was Avatar.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
There we
right.
go.
I mean, it's pretty hard to. Yeah, that you're not going to beat Avatar.
No.
With that.
Nope.
But The Dark Knight didn't need a bunch of visual effects.
No, it didn't. They had a lot of practical effects as well.
Yeah, which are a part of visual effects.
Yes.
I think visual effects include just all of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it won two Oscars.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think were well deserved. Then there was a bunch of other, like the African American Film Critics Association Awards and a bunch of other different awards that it won. But I mean, really, only awards people actually, I feel like, at least I care about, are the Academy Awards, the Oscars.
I don't even know the names of most award shows aside from like the Oscars, the Grammys, and the Golden Globes, but I'm pretty sure it's all the same anyway.
Well, no, all three of those are different.
That's not what I mean.
What do you mean?
I mean, like it's essentially run by the same people.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. Okay. Just
they're clearly different award shows, but I'm pretty sure that the overlap is quite heavy.
Yeah, just the Hollywood executives.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's get into the movie.
Mm-hmm.
The Dark Knight. What did you? I know you just saw it first time recently. What did you know about the movie coming into it?
I knew a fair bit. I had seen. I mean, impossible not to at this point. Multiple clips from the movie, both memes and just on TikTok or YouTube Shorts, whatever, they pop up with some kind of stupid music over it.
Okay.
That was basically all I had to go off of.
Okay.
I knew the Joker was the villain. I knew Batman was Batman. And that was kind of it. I didn't really know a whole lot about it. I didn't really know the story, aside from the Joker trying to send a message with money.
Yeah. Are you a fan of Batman in general? I mean, if you haven't seen the trilogy, I feel like you're not a huge fan, but what do you...
I mean, I wouldn't consider myself like a huge fan of Batman.
Yeah.
I do like the character, and if movies are done good, then I like Batman. But I don't really go out of my way to go see a Batman movie generally. Aside from the new one,
you saw the new one.
The new one looked really good though.
Yeah.
When it came out, so that was a bit different. But I was also 9 when these came out, and my parents.
Oh, I didn't see it in theaters.
Yeah,
no way.
My parents didn't let me watch these movies when I was younger, and then I just never really.
Yeah, there's some movies. There's some like movies that came out around that time that my brothers were just old enough to watch, but I didn't.
Yeah.
And now I'm the age where I'm seeing those movies like pop up and be like, oh, I haven't seen that. And they're like, how have you not seen that? You know, that's like exactly.
No, my dad did the same thing. He was talking about it was a Tarantino movie of some kind.
Okay.
I can't remember the name of it, but apparently it's very I think Natural Born Killers.
Okay.
He's like, have you seen Natural Born Killers? I was like, no. He goes, what? You haven't seen Natural Born Killers? I was like,
yeah.
Dude, when would I have watched this movie?
Yeah.
Like, it's an older movie. I'm probably not going to know it, even though I do like Tarantino movies. I mean, it might not be a Tarantino movie, but I'm pretty sure he said it was.
I don't remember.
And he was shocked that I hadn't seen it. I was like, well, you're the one that would have let me see this thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what do you mean? I don't get it.
It's just, a lot of those old, not like super old, but kind of those mid 2000s movies.
Yeah.
The more the adult ones for sure, like the R-rated, PG-13. We just haven't really seen or got around to watching now that we're older. But I've been making it a thing to try to go back to watch some of those classics.
Yeah.
But about this movie, Christian Bale as Batman.
Yeah.
I know in recent times, we've seen 2 other live action Batmans. How did you feel like Christian Bale did compared to the other 2?
I do not like Christian Bale as Batman.
Okay.
I don't think he is a very good Batman. I think he's a really good Bruce Wayne.
Okay.
But in terms of like as Batman, I don't know. I didn't really like it very much. The voice, not a fan of the voice.
Yeah.
And even the costume, I wasn't that big a fan of either. Both the first one at the beginning of the movie and then the new one that he gets, wasn't a huge fan of it.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't like really looked at all of the different Batman costumes super intensely. Because to me, they're all just the same. They're
Yeah.
just black bat suit.
Mhm.
But I didn't mind the look. I mean, this was the movie that got me into Batman.
Mhm.
Although I'm not like Batman fanatic or anything.
Right.
But this was like the first time I remember seeing Batman in any form. But yeah, I think I somewhat agree to
Mhm.
that. I think he did a great Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, I think his Bruce Wayne was great.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel the opposite about the new Batman.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, Robert Pattinson. I feel like he plays a really good Batman and not a very good Bruce Wayne, but that could also be because the movie takes place so early on into the Batman career that he hasn't really began to build that. He hasn't really been able to split the lives apart yet.
Okay.
But
interesting.
I don't know. I have a feeling we'll get more of him, and we'll see.
I thought Ben Affleck did a good Batman.
Mhm.
Like action sequences and talking as Batman. I thought Ben Affleck did a good Batman, not a Bruce Wayne. And then I
Yeah.
was hoping Robert Pattinson would be the best of both worlds
Mhm.
in the new movie. But in that new movie, I feel like he just didn't. He just was. Bruce Wayne was never even a character.
No, that's what I'm saying.
It was just Batman in disguise.
It's so early on in the
Right?
Batman career that I don't think he's had a chance to,
or the other way around. I guess.
he hasn't had a chance to split the two, I guess.
Yeah.
He's going gung ho into one, and he hasn't had the time to bring it back and actually like live the double life that Batman lives.
Mhm.
I think Ben Affleck is probably, in terms of like the look of Batman, I think he probably is the best. He's got the build.
He's got the build. He's got the build.
Big.
Yeah.
He's big. So that's kind of how I feel on the Batmans, I guess.
Yeah. But I think Christian Bale, like what we said, did a really good Bruce Wayne.
Mhm.
Being a, I forgot if he was I think he was, I guess he was the owner or the CEO
Mhm.
of Wayne Corporation.
Wayne Enterprises or
Wayne
something like that.
Enterprises.
Whatever his company is.
I think that itself showed that he was just like the boss, and
Mhm.
he walked into a room and he commanded the room.
Mhm.
There were a few scenes where it's like, oh, I bought the place,
Yeah.
or like, oh, he wanted to change tables at the restaurant. He's
Mhm.
like, oh, I own the place.
Yeah.
That was great, and we've seen that with other Batmans. Like I remember, I think it's at the end of Batman v Superman. Superman's like, oh, how are you gonna fix my mom's loan payments at the bank? He's like, I bought the banks. Yeah, which I like how Batman just uses his money,
Mhm.
mainly usually for good. I mean, for good, even though he's a criminal, technically a criminal.
Yeah.
But he's a good guy.
Loves
Doing the right
assaulting
thing.
people.
Loves
It's like his
assaulting
favorite
people.
thing.
Well, it's like he gets just on the border of killing them.
Mhm. I mean, okay, if I'm being honest, he's killed a lot of people.
Okay.
They might not die on screen, but like, they're dead.
Yeah.
Dude, like, especially in the Ben Affleck Batman movies.
Oh,
dude,
those, yeah.
He is just
He like
wrecking
electrocutes people, throws them off
throwing
buildings.
throw off buildings, throw them to like a wall, like a concrete wall, and the concrete wall will crack.
Yeah.
Like that. He's killed them for sure.
Uh-huh.
That, or they've got life-ending injuries or
I need
something.
to watch Batman v Superman again.
I
I know it did really bad, or like people did not like it, but I remember enjoying it, really liking Lex Luthor, and liking like the bat suit, and like his like empowered strength that he got, and like to the point where he could 1v1 Superman. What?
He didn't really. It was. He wasn't 1v1.
He was 1v1ing him.
I mean, he was 1v1ing. It was a 1-on-1, but he was only doing.
He wasn't just getting beat up the entire time.
No, but part of that was also with Superman being like, "What's going on here?"
Yeah, I think with Batman, his suit to give him strength, and I think he was just carrying around kryptonite or something like that.
No, he had,
which
he had
also
kryptonite
helped.
stuff.
But I like that movie. But this, I love the Dark Knight way more. The Joker, just like the whole, oh man, the movie's just so good.
Yeah,
how do you feel about it?
I liked it.
Okay.
I did. I really liked it. And however, and you may not like this. I don't know. I like the new Batman movie better.
Interesting. Okay.
By a little bit more.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because
why is that?
Honestly, the two movies are pretty much the same.
They're somewhat similar, yeah.
Yeah, you've got. I mean, the Joker's basically doing exactly what the Riddler was doing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess the other way around.
Yeah, they're both playing games.
They're both doing the exact same thing, which does kind of enhance the complaint I had with the Riddler in the new Batman of like, he's just the Joker.
Yeah,
but
I think
the
Riddler was just given riddles and just playing a game.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Joker was more large scale. He was testing society. He was testing, this. He was in the whole movie. He was testing people.
Right. That was the difference. I mean,
trying to break them pretty much.
Rather than people, the Riddler was focusing more on Batman.
Yeah.
But what I really liked about the new one that I didn't really get from The Dark Knight was the like investigation aspect, the detective aspect.
Yeah.
And I get both movies were going for different things, but I would have really liked to see the detective aspect more in The Dark Knight than we got. It just didn't feel that way as much.
Okay.
Though there were some detective aspects in it for sure.
Yeah.
I just didn't get that world's best detective vibe.
Okay.
From it.
That was the movie. Yeah. Okay. I can see that. I think the introduction of, I think he was just a detective, Gordon, at the start, but then he got promoted, for captain or something like that.
Now commissioner.
Yeah, and Harvey Dent. I think a mix of all of those guys, like those three, were kind of a team. I think that whole team did a good amount of investigating.
Yeah. But I feel like some of it happened off screen.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah, that's true.
Which I actually did really like Harvey Dent.
I loved Harvey Dent.
I thought he was great.
I
really
like
liked his character.
There's not just a hero and a villain. There's all of this gray area, Yeah. He's like a third wheel to a classic superhero and villain story.
Yeah.
Which I really like because he's playing his own side. He's not playing both sides. He's playing his own side, I would say.
Yeah. I didn't quite understand his motivations at the end of the movie. Okay. It felt a little off to me. Like I get that yeah, I don't know. Like the woman he loved, right, gets blown up by the Joker.
Yeah.
The Joker then shows up, gives him this whole speech about society, and then he just goes, "Yeah, I hate Batman now." And I was just kind of like, really?
But was he just totally against Batman? I think he was against Batman because Batman wasn't doing the job. He wasn't. I mean, he's the one that he blamed somewhat. He blamed Batman for saving him instead, even though it wasn't really his choice.
Right, but at the same time, like the Joker at the end of the day is the one that set all those things in motion and is the one that killed her. And
but those two aren't sided together.
No, they aren't. I do know. I do recognize that, but I just don't see I don't know. In my head, I just don't see how that tracks logically. Okay. But maybe he's not thinking logically. I did like that he had the double-sided coin.
Yeah,
that was fun. I really liked that when he it was double-sided heads on it, and then when he went into Two-Face mode. The one side burnt and the other side was not.
So then it was actually 50-50. And I remember cool. I remember loving that hospital scene when the Joker comes to him dressed as a nurse and talks to him.
So weird.
I love it though. I love the Joker in that movie.
Got the wig and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where he talks about chaos. And how like he should go off of chaos. And that's kind of where he chose to do the coin, I think.
Yeah.
Because then he flipped it, and I assume he had. What do you think? What do you think would be his heads? Probably the clean side.
Yeah,
would probably be heads.
The heads was the side. The heads was the side that let people live, I believe.
Okay.
And tails was the side that allowed him to kill people. And the dark side, I'm pretty sure would have been tails.
Okay. Yeah. No. Yeah. The burnt side. Okay.
That'd be my guess. Could be wrong.
That's probably right. That makes most sense.
That's what I think, but you never know.
Yeah, but I like how Joker made him turn. Not really like turn, but gave him that speech enough to where Harvey realized that he wanted, to really like make a change and
yeah. Yeah, but where I didn't quite understand is him kidnapping Detective Gordon's family, and then like, I'm gonna shoot the kid. I'm gonna do it. And I was just like, why?
What was he saying in that last?
So
scene?
he also blamed Gordon for not being able to get to her in time.
Okay,
because he was there, but he wasn't able to get to her before the explosion.
Yeah.
But again, I don't see why I can't understand why he would go to like, yeah, I'm gonna kill his family. Like, I don't know. That was a little weird to me.
Well, I mean, we've seen him kind of spiraling even before he burnt his face.
Yeah.
Right. Like becoming his own vigilante.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I can see how that was a could have been a jump. I don't quite remember exactly his full motives and why that happened,
Yeah.
but that might be a fair assumption.
Mm-hmm. One thing that I inherently disagree with Batman on generally is the no killing thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, dude, you know how many people died because you just wouldn't put a bullet in Joker's head?
Yeah.
So many people. Like, you just at one point, like it's warranted. And there were opportunities in the movie where either Batman or other people could have killed the Joker, and it would have been a complete self-defense situation, and it wasn't like he was just unarmed standing there.
Yeah.
But they never did.
No, he never did.
Like when Joker was on top of Batman, Gordon could just blown his head off. Didn't do it. And I was like, and then that, of course, didn't help the future situation, though they might not have learned about the exploding barrels.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, I think the whole thing is Batman thinks that if he does kill, he would then stoop to his level.
That is the
and
logic.
Become the bad guy.
That is the logic he uses, but I think, like, at least in the Joker, like with everyday criminals and stuff, like that's fine. But when it comes to like the Joker or some of the main villains, it's like just kill them.
Well, the thing is, that's what Joker wants too.
Yeah.
I mean, he's multiple scenes where he's like, just kill me.
Yeah.
Right. Hit me.
No, I would have just blown. I would have done it. I literally could care less.
Well, okay, but then, at least in Joker's eyes and how the world he's trying to set up, then he wins.
Yeah, who cares? He's dead. What's he gonna do? Nothing. He's dead.
Well, but the thing is, I think it's not him. He's changing like the people. He's changing society. I think with Batman killing, at least in maybe Batman's eyes and Joker's eyes, if Batman kills, then that would mean that Joker won and Batman lost. But I think they're both very competitive people.
They are both very competitive people, but also Joker's insane.
Yeah. Oh, that's true.
So his opinion really doesn't matter. Like, he can feel as good about himself all he wants.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, Batman killing Joker is not going to change society.
Well, unless Joker has stuff in mind. I mean, obviously, you can't enact it when he's dead, but he's got people.
Yeah, he's got people for sure.
But
also, I don't think the people would care.
Yeah.
They'd be like, thank God.
How do you feel like Joker was, I guess, like the more psychotic playing games, that kind of Joker?
I thought
we've seen multiple Jokers throughout the years.
Yeah.
I mean, Joker is portrayed always as some sort of psychotic or like mob leader, something like that. But they all have their variants.
Yeah, I thought he was a really good version of the Joker. I think probably the best version.
Okay.
I would need to see a little bit more of Joaquin Phoenix's Joker. Just because that Joker is like, that's like an origin story, as opposed to, full-fledged Joker. And I told my friend that I watched the movie with, I was like, it would have been honestly kind of interesting to see that Joker in this movie.
Interesting.
Just to kind of see how different it might have been.
Wait, like in the movie?
Like just replacing.
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay.
I don't think they should do that, obviously, but that would just been an interesting dynamic to see.
Well, yeah. Well, that Joker is not
It's very different.
Yeah,
it's very different
than
the other one.
I mean, he's obviously committing crimes in the Joker movie, but he's not. He's not a mob leader. He's not changing.
No.
Or purposely, he's not purposely changing society.
Well, at the end of the movie, he does.
That was on accident. I feel like
that was definitely
like he's on the talk show.
No, the talk show thing. The talk show thing was definitely intentional.
Okay, it was. But spoilers for the Joker as well. But it was intentional to kill him. But because of his past stuff and how he was like, I believe his dad, somewhat. I think he's blood, right?
No, his mom was imagining that. I'm pretty sure it was made clear.
But at least he came to the conclusion that him and Bruce Wayne's dad, I forgot his name, were like messing with his mom or made his mom poor or diseased or something. I don't remember exactly, but his goal wasn't to stir up the people and create a revolution. His goal was to kill that guy right there.
His goal was not to. Yeah, his goal was not to create the revolution, but I do think his goal, because he gave a whole speech about society.
Yeah.
So his goal definitely was to get people to think, at least.
Yeah.
And then a byproduct of that was people rising up in revolt.
Mm-hmm. I think that Joker isn't as smart. Like, I don't see that Joker enacting any crazy plans or anything.
No, he definitely doesn't have the intelligence.
Yeah.
That's
the Dark Knight Joker.
But then again, we are seeing Joker at the very, very, very beginning.
Yeah, it's kind of the same thing with Batman.
Yeah, we didn't see the Dark Knight Joker in his beginning.
Okay.
So it's not quite apt yet.
Okay.
Kind of just like this new Batman and the old Batman.
I do want to bring up the Suicide Squad Joker.
I haven't seen that movie.
You haven't seen that movie?
No, I don't hear great things about the Jared Leto Joker, though.
Okay. Yes, those movies weren't great. The second one wasn't bad. I think I don't remember which one I feel like I liked, but the Jared Leto Joker I like for the sense that I don't know a whole lot about the old comics of Joker, like the old video games a whole lot, but it seems like that's the most historically accurate Joker.
I got no idea.
Completely wrong, but he was like an actual mob boss.
Yeah.
Actually, like very flashy. Harley Quinn was in it, obviously. And I felt like that was the most like Joker that we've seen in live action.
Yeah.
But I feel like I like that Joker more. That style of Joker. I'm not saying I like that character in that movie more, but that style of Joker of flashy mob boss running the town, over like more of like a loner sort of. I mean, he still had men, but he was pretty lonely. Loner, like, you know, change the society and messing with other mobs and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen it, so I really don't have that much of an opinion on it, other than I just have not heard great things.
Yeah,
about the movie and that Joker, so I haven't really felt
I like
motivated.
The Joker. The movie itself is, could be better.
Yeah, I'll probably get around to it eventually. We'll see. I don't know. Okay. I don't feel motivated to watch it, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
I thought the scene where the Joker walks into the meeting with all the gang bosses, and they're like, "You think you can just walk in here after stealing all our money with no consequences?" And he goes, "Yeah." It's so funny. I really liked that.
You like that scene?
Yeah, I like that scene.
That's such a great scene.
The fun one.
Yeah, I feel like every scene the Joker is in, he just kills it.
Yeah, he did a fantastic job, and I would watch the movie again for sure. I did like it. Just a couple missing things for me that the new Batman had that I really liked.
Yeah, I think you should try to fill out the whole trilogy.
Yeah, I've seen like 10 minutes of the third one.
Okay.
Batman getting his butt beat by Bane. That's about it.
Okay.
And then the first one I have seen nothing about.
I've seen Batman Begins once a long time ago, and I need to rewatch that because at the beginning of the movie, when there was the
dogs.
Yes.
Well, dogs, Scarecrow is in the very beginning of Dark Knight, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the villain from the first one.
Yeah. Yeah. And I like that scene too, where it showed the imposter Batmans, even though it was a little goofy.
Yeah.
With them just kind of using like props and stuff. I like how people try to imitate Batman there. And then the real Batman showed up. And then my favorite line, "I'm not wearing hockey pads."
Yeah.
I love that line.
See, what kind of slightly annoys me about that is like they should if they want to go out and be their own vigilantes, fine. Don't dress up like Batman. You're stupid. But then the other thing that annoys me as well is Batman being such like a pretentious like dude.
Yeah.
Like other people want to go out, they have their own morals and ideals, and they want to be, I don't know what that was. They want to be their own vigilantes and help stop crime, right?
Yeah.
and he just arrests them pretty much because he's like, no,
Yeah.
you're not doing things how I do them, so you can't do that.
Well,
and that's
they were bringing guns, I believe.
Right. Why wouldn't you?
If they're trying to imitate Batman, they wouldn't bring guns.
Right. That's why I said it's stupid to dress up like Batman.
Yeah.
But if you wanted to go out and be your own vigilante, kind of like in the movie Kick-Ass.
Yeah. I don't remember that movie at all.
Oh,
I remember we watched it
movies.
on your couch that one night, but
funny movie. But like, yeah, no, they I mean, most of them, because obviously superpowers aren't really a thing, and neither is like this crazy technology Batman has. A lot of them just run guns.
Okay.
And which, I mean, if you're gonna be going and arresting criminals, yeah, I want a gun. Of course. Kidding me? I'm not gonna walk in there with a baton.
Your fists, some gadgets.
Yeah.
Like Batman does.
Maybe I go sword, samurai sword.
There you go. That'll
Go full Deadpool, deflect the bullets.
Yeah. Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah.
So Christopher Nolan directed this movie.
Mm-hmm.
I've said this before. I love Christopher Nolan.
Yes.
Favorite director.
Yeah.
I think he's produced the best lineup of movies.
He's got a pretty solid
that you could
lineup
ask
there.
from a director. How do you feel? I don't know if you've seen all of his movies. I know, obviously not. Since
No,
the
I haven't.
But from the ones you have seen of him, how do you feel like this adds up to?
I think. Will you list off some Christopher Nolan movies you think I might have seen?
So the Dark Knight trilogy, Dunkirk.
I haven't seen Dunkirk. I want
Inception, Interstellar, Memento, Tenet, and then there was one more that I just saw somewhere recently, but you probably haven't seen it.
Okay.
So
I've seen Tenet, I've seen Interstellar, and I've seen
Inception.
I have not seen Inception.
You haven't seen Inception?
I have not seen Inception.
You need to watch some. You need to watch more Christopher Nolan movies, dude.
So
we're going to see Oppenheimer together,
of those three, I think The Dark Knight is probably the worst of the three.
The worst.
The worst. Not bad by any means, but just of those three, Interstellar and Tenet are just so good.
They're very good.
Like it's hard for me to stack them up.
Yeah.
I really, really liked Interstellar, and then Tenet. Obviously, I watched that like twice in a week.
Yeah.
Super good. I loved it.
Interstellar was good.
So this one, I guess probably the reason for me is like those two movies felt a lot more unique.
Okay.
Than this movie did.
Okay. Well, it is Batman.
Right. Like there's not a lot he can do with it.
Yeah.
That's not like fault to him or whatever, but just in terms of it felt a lot more like your general superhero movie.
Really?
To me.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't really get that. I mean, I feel like they're kind of like the suspenseful moments. I do feel like ours like very kind of superhero-y.
Mm-hmm.
And like the way that like the technology works and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I felt it was very more like action, like kind of more of like a crime, just like a crime movie than it was superhero.
I still felt like it was superhero. I did feel that crime aspect, but it felt more like a superhero movie to me.
I mean, when you have Batman and Joker,
it's hard. It's hard. Yeah. One bit I really liked that they did was the boat scene.
Yeah.
Where he gave the detonators to the two boats. And he was so sure one of them was going to press the button, and they didn't. I mean, as soon as I saw that happen, I was like, no one. I knew. I was like, no one's going to press those buttons.
I like how they had, what was it? Just normal ferry people and then like prisoners as well on the other boat.
Yeah.
So it's like two very different groups of people.
Yeah.
With different mindsets. Yeah, that was a really good scene. Do you think? I don't remember if they ever talked about it. Do you think it was actually rigged to the other boat?
It probably wasn't.
Or rigged to their own boat.
It was probably rigged to their own boat.
That's what I was thinking, yeah.
So I had two thoughts with that. Either nobody blows up when they press it and they just feel bad about themselves. And Joker makes it known because he likes messing with people's minds.
But why would Joker be sad if he didn't see the boats explode?
No. The people on the boats.
Yeah.
So like the one that just made the decision to press the button.
Yeah.
They would have felt horrible knowing that
but why
nobody died and they were willing to.
But Joker was expecting a boat to explode.
He was expecting a boat. This was before that.
Okay, yeah,
this is at the very beginning. When he revealed that this was what was happening. These were my two thoughts. So that was the one where no matter whether they pushed the button or not, nothing explodes. And it was mainly just there to time press Batman and then also a social experiment.
Okay.
The other one was if whoever presses the button explodes their boat.
Yeah.
And that was probably the case.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Well, yeah, possibly, yeah. Because you want the people who pressed it to feel bad, because he wants that civil unrest or whatever. And I guess you wouldn't really get that if you were the group who didn't press the button survives.
Yeah.
If the group that pressed the button actually does kill the other boat, then everyone on that boat is gonna feel that.
Yeah, I did like the scene where the one dude walked up to do it himself because the officers weren't going to do it, and then he couldn't do it himself.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, you underestimated the responsibility, didn't you, bud?
Yeah, I think the movie does a really good job of like showing different people and how they would react to stuff.
Yeah, no, because for me, like I got really annoyed watching the civilian one because everyone's shouting like, press the button, press the button. And then when the opportunity came to like, okay, well, who's going to press the button then? Silence.
Yeah.
Because no one wanted to be responsible for it.
Yeah.
Which I thought was fun. And then I really liked that the dude just walked up, grabbed it and chucked it out the window.
What if it accidentally hit when it hit the water?
Then unfortunate, but I did like it definitely showed how different people would react in that situation.
Yeah. So that's the end of the movie. I want to talk about the intro, which I think is probably the best intro to a villain in any movie ever.
The bank heist?
The bank heist. Yeah. Like the way he manipulates each person to do their job and then kill someone else or get killed.
I'm pretty sure all of them had a note to like kill their partner.
Yeah. Which was so good. And then they slowly started figuring out like, I was meant to kill this guy. Who were you meant to kill? He was like, you or something like that. And yeah, that was such a good introduction.
Yeah.
About how he just uses people. And then he got the money and got out. It was really good.
Yeah. I really like that scene. And then the bus coming through. Gets on the bus. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. Did that bus kill that person?
I think the bus killed at least one person when it came in.
Okay. Well, there was that one guy who had the gun raised to the Joker.
Oh, you know what? He was like, no, I'm supposed to kill the bus driver.
Yeah,
or something like that.
What bus? And then
I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
Did I just like kill him outright?
I'm sure.
He didn't get up.
I at least knocked him out. I mean, imagine if a bus came zooming through a wall and hit you. Like that's gonna.
Also, that one, the bank manager with the shotgun. So Joker what did he put in his mouth? Like a gas grenade.
It was
or
like
something?
a smoke grenade. Yeah.
Why didn't he spit it out?
I don't know. I wondered that same thing.
Because I've seen that scene like more times than I've seen the movie. And I believe he gets shot. The bank manager gets shot.
Yeah, he gets shot.
So he's on the ground. Yeah. Joker puts the grenade or whatever it is.
Smoke grenade.
Smoke grenade. Is it just smoke or?
Yeah, it's just pink smoke.
You think it's like
pretty sure.
Maybe like toxic or something?
No, it's smoke. He was messing with him.
So you don't think that guy died at all?
I don't think he might have died from the gunshot wound.
Okay.
But not that.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure he just put the smoke grenade in there to mess with his mind.
Okay. Because then he put the smoke grenade in, tied it to his belt, and then hopped in the bus. And then as the bus drove away, it pulled the pin.
Yeah, just open your mouth.
Well, it was in his mouth.
Yeah.
But you're saying spit it out.
Yeah, well, if it's in his mouth, right? So he's biting. Maybe it was too big for his mouth, and like
a light bulb.
He can't open it.
You hear that?
Yeah.
Have you ever heard that?
Yeah.
Where if you put a light bulb in your mouth,
can't pull it out.
Can't pull it out.
Yeah.
That scares me.
Because you have to open your mouth so wide. So maybe it was just too wide for him to spit it out.
So you don't think he died?
I don't think he died.
I don't think he ever showed up though.
No,
later.
but I don't think his character was meant to stick around.
Oh yeah, he's just a bank manager.
Yeah, he's just a bank manager at the beginning of the movie.
But I think he probably had some mob ties.
Maybe. I don't know. He definitely knew how to use that shotgun, kinda.
Yeah.
He did miss a lot of shots with the shotgun, but
yeah. Well, that was just maybe the adrenaline of the moment or something.
Maybe. But I don't think he died. I think it was just a smoke grenade that he was using to mess with. That's a very Joker thing to do, I feel like.
Okay. Yeah.
Just to mess with somebody like that.
Okay. Okay. And I like how he pulled his mask off. Like his, clown mask to reveal his clown face paint. I really like that. to show that he was actually the Joker. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's such a good introduction to a villain.
Yeah, it was really good. I liked it. I knew the Joker was involved in I knew he was one of the guys as soon as I saw it starting.
Yeah.
And the dude killed the one guy. I was like, oh, he's got to be one of these
Uh-huh.
people for sure. And then the one dude pointed the gun at him. I was like, oh, gotta be. Gotta be.
Oh yeah, they gave him the good voice lines and everything.
Yep.
Good dialogue. Yeah, so I think compared to the other Christopher Nolan movies that he's done, it's so tough. I love so many of his movies. But I really think whenever I think back to it, I need to watch Inception again. I've only seen that once. I need to rewatch that. I remember the perception of Inception was that it was a very confusing movie.
Yes. That is what I've heard.
You haven't seen it.
I have not seen it.
But have you felt that way? I mean, like, from what you've heard, is it like, oh, that's a super confusing movie?
Not really.
I that's what I heard. I heard like, oh, you need to like sit down, take breaks, all that. And I was like, and I watched it. I watched it. I was like, out of all of his movies, think of like Interstellar and Tenet. Those two movies, I think, are way more confusing.
Tenet is the most confusing movie I've ever seen. I don't know. I swear the logic does not track the whole time.
Gotta, though.
It has to.
There's videos on it.
It probably does.
But I'm not smart enough to follow the videos.
Like, I'd have to give the video a try. But it's interesting for sure.
Tenet's such a good movie.
We'll definitely review Tenet.
I can't wait for Oppenheimer.
I am excited. We're going with the guys, right?
I think so, yeah.
Sure.
We need to watch it in IMAX though.
Well, yeah.
There's something that Christopher Nolan does, which I don't know how I feel about this. And I assume he changes it for like, so what he does is when he makes a movie, he shoots it on IMAX cameras, IMAX specific mics, and he makes the movie experience for IMAX. So if you're watching it in a $10 theater or whatever, a theater that's not IMAX, you're not going to get the experience, the intended experience.
Yeah.
And I guess he does that for every movie. So I've been going to his movies only in IMAX.
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah. But I don't know how I feel about that.
Who cares?
Yeah. I just hope because it's a lot of it has to do with the audio and voices being like music being way too loud for the voices, which happens in a lot of his movies.
Yeah. I mean, I know the dialogue in Tenet was like mute at times.
Yeah. It was just so muffled.
You have to watch it with subtitles.
Yeah. But I wish that they would kind of tweak that when it releases on disc or streaming platform. But I think I didn't have any issue with Dark Knight. I mean, there was no real like moments where people's voice were muffled I mean, you have Batman super dark, deep, like you can obviously tell it's like a fake deep voice.
Yeah. Where are they?
Yeah. Which I don't know.
He had like the lip thing too, like, where are they? It was weird. Wasn't a huge fan of it. I like Christian Bale a lot.
I like Christian Bale.
That I don't think he was the right guy for the role, personally. At least the Batman part of it.
Yeah, but you can't have a different actor for the Batman part.
No, you know what I mean, though.
Yeah.
He had half of it down, in my opinion.
Yeah. But my favorite scenes with him was when he wasn't Batman.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Or if he was Batman, it was because the Joker was running the scene.
Yeah.
But I think we've talked a good amount about it.
Yeah, for sure.
Hopefully, I mean, you've got a rating in mind.
I do.
Okay. Do you want to hear mine, or you want to do yours first?
I'll hear yours.
Okay. See, this is where we go back to what's a 10. You know? Like, what's a 10? Is this a 10? For me, if any, so okay, I thought about this. This was before where we talked about a 10 is like a masterclass movie. That doesn't mean it's perfect, right? How do you determine that? You know, because that's a real question.
I think you're overthinking it way too much.
You think?
Yes.
Well, what makes a movie a masterclass movie? That's the term.
Well, part of it is large part of it is how the movie was put together, I guess.
Okay.
How good is the cinematography? How good is the sound? The dialogue? How well is it acted? The story good? Special effects do play a part, but I do think you can have a really, really, really good movie with bad special effects.
Well, okay, I'm not talking about the different parts of the movie that you look at.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at when you look at those things.
Mm-hmm.
How do you look at those and think it's a 10? You know,
See, for me,
no mistakes, like no like visible, no like super noticeable mistakes
Mm-hmm.
that you can like point out, or you love every part of the movie.
So for me, when I walk out of certain movies,
Mm-hmm.
I feel a certain way. I think that's for most people.
Okay.
When I was done watching Dune, for example,
Okay.
I had a very. You're just weird.
What, Dune?
Yeah, I had a very specific feeling.
Sorry. Yeah. Keep going.
About the movie that I only get from certain movies.
Okay.
That when I have that feeling, generally that movie is given by me a 9 or a 10.
Okay.
Depending on how strong it is. This movie, I didn't have that.
Mm-hmm.
And I would probably give it a 7.
7. Wow,
7.
that is low. See, I think you waited way too long to watch it. Is the thing.
Maybe.
I'm gonna give it a 10.
10?
Yeah,
go for it.
I'm gonna give it a 10 because in my mind, right, it's not a perfect movie.
No,
there's no such thing as a perfect movie.
No,
but if you're to say, give me like we're gonna send one movie to the aliens.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can only send a select group of movies to aliens to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Be like, oh, like the aliens are like, well, send me your best movie. You know, something like that.
You know what movie I'm sending the aliens?
Dune?
No.
Okay, what?
Tokyo Drift.
Tokyo Drift? Okay. That's one they'd love.
Oh, they'd find it.
I think Dark Knight. I think Dark Knight's a 10. Not a perfect movie, not my favorite movie, but I consider it a 10.
Yeah.
A tough thing for me to say, but
I won't spoil my 10s for when we get there.
Okay.
If we ever review those movies.
I think I'll have a few more 10s now that I've thought about how to do my rankings a little differently.
I have a few. I don't think I have. I'd have to look at my list. I don't think I have more than 5.
No way I have more than 5.
Yeah.
I would not rate that many.
I know I have at least 2, and I think it may be 3 to 4 total.
Okay. Well, yeah, maybe
But
sometime we'll do our we'll just kind of do a quick overview of what we rank 10s, like our favorite movies, and see how those differ, which I doubt any of the movies will be the same on there.
That's probably true. I don't think there's gonna be any overlap.
Probably not.
Probably no overlap.
Yeah. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Dark Knight. If you haven't seen it, go watch it right now.
It's worth the watch for sure. It's definitely worth it.
Watch the whole trilogy too.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to start with Batman Begins,
I might as well. I only started with the second one because my friend was like, "Hey, do you want to watch this tonight?"
Yeah.
I said, "Sure."
I think it's the worst out of the 3, but that's
The Dark Knight?
No, Batman Begins.
Batman Begins. I was like,
no, I'm not going to rate. No, not all 3 movies are not 10s. No.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's still worth the watch and get the whole view of the trilogy in.
Yeah, get the picture.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But being the worst of that amazing trilogy is not saying a whole, it's saying a lot.
Yeah, I mean, that's like being the worst out of the 3 Lord of the Rings movies.
Yeah.
Like, does it really matter? No.
They're all still amazing.
Yeah.
So, okay, well, I think that's just about enough.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for watching. Hopefully these are movies that you've seen or want to see reviewed.
I mean, we're doing pretty mainstream movies.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I have a feeling I'm the odd one out here, at least for this episode, who hadn't seen the movie before.
That's true. Yeah, I think a lot of people have seen this movie, even if they don't really remember it or if it was a long time ago.
Yeah.
It's a very popular movie, I think. I think
for sure.
It's got to be.
Yeah.
Especially with like Heath Ledger and everything.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, yeah. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.